Is that good? Okay, yeah, perfect. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Don't worry. All right, on your backs, everybody, please. Close your eyes. Palms open to the sky. Good. Spread your fingers. Open your shoulders. Whew. Nice deep breath. We have this opportunity every time we step on the mat to bring ourselves back to our grounding, to this refocusing. And I was just explaining to Jody that in some ways my injury is a blessing because it really did kind of pull me back into my priorities, to be more tender in my body, to be more aware of my blessings, to understand that we need to slowly move forward in our growth, that we can't just catapult things forward. And there's this concept of the lion's roar. So it's this Tibetan saying, and that is our theme for the week. So start to bend your knees, plant your feet, but walk your feet one step forward of where you normally would in bridge. Good. And then as you press down into the feet, we're gonna lift the hips up and we're gonna lift the toes. So it's a glute bridge, squeeze your buttocks. And then exhale, lower all the way down. Good. And then inhale, we're gonna press into the heels, lift the toes, lift the hips. And exhale, lower all the way down. Good. And again, press into the heels, lift the toes, lift the hips, squeeze the buttocks. And exhale, lower all the way down. Good. Walk your feet now back that one step so they're directly underneath your knees. And as you press into the feet, you're going to lift those hips again. So this time a more traditional bridge. And walk your arms underneath you. If they want to interlace, go for it. So this idea of the lion's roar comes from a Buddhist philosophy of the word sukha. So the word sukha is used to describe the deepest type of happiness that is independent of what's happening in the world. So you might be in physical pain. We obviously are suffering as a society right now, as a world, globally. So sukha is that happiness that comes despite all that or irrespective of all that. Slowly lower all the way down now. And let your knees come into your chest. And float your knees over to the right, just little spinal twist here. Good. And then draw your knees back to center and let them float all the way over to the left. So the word sukha, the deepest type of happiness that is independent of what is happening in the world. It has to do with a kind of faith and trust that our heart can be with whatever comes our way. And it gives us this confidence that we can describe as the lion's roar. So that's the lion's roar philosophy, this Tibetan expression. But how do we do that? Because our instinct often is to shut down when there's too much around us, too much pain. Instead, we need to let it move through us, be a conduit for compassion. Let the heart be a transformer of sorrow. So draw your knees back to center, interlace the hands behind your head. Draw the navel to the spine, lift the chest as you inhale. As you exhale, right elbow outside, left knee, straighten the right leg. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, we're gonna switch. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale back to center. And exhale. Good. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Good. One more each side. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale again. And exhale. Draw your knees back into your chest. We're going to rock and roll a little bit until we find our way all the way onto our hands and knees. So cross up the ankles. Roll onto your hands and knees. Arching and rounding the spine. Good. Inhale, chest lift. And exhale, round. Inhaling again, arching the spine. Exhale, round. Good. One more. Inhale, arch the spine, please. And as you exhale, we're going to round all the way into child's pose. So round all the way through, hips back to the heels. Good. Arms are going to walk around to the right. So press into the left hand more than the right. And then inhale, walk the arms back to center over to the other side. So how do we do this? How do we do this? When we're faced with the pain of the world, how do we not shut down, go into fight, flight, freeze mode? How do we instead let that wash through us and allow us to become an alchemy for compassion? Well, it's with that understanding that we don't have to hold it all. We can let it move through us and sort of be this catalyst for healing. Walk your arms back to center, press into the hands, come up onto the knees. Good. And we're gonna sit into lion's pose. So we're not gonna do lion's breath because of COVID, but we're gonna do lion's pose. So you're gonna sit back on your heels, knees are nice and wide. Hands walk in between the knees, and we're gonna arch the spine and lift the chest. Good. So draw your shoulder blades together. We're really gonna work into those lats today. Sorry, the rhomboids. So get into those rhomboids, draw the navel to the spine, lift the chest. Good. As you exhale, walk the knees back together, walk the hands forward, round through your cat, and come into downward dog. Pressing back into the heels. Pedaling it out. For most of us, especially when our conditioning is strong, we spend many moments tensing against what is about to happen. There is a sense that something is going to be too much to handle, or that what is good won't last. We're tensing even before anything actually happens. Sadly, in those moments of tightening to protect ourselves, we can't really enjoy the life that's here. When we cultivate a heart that is ready for anything, when we trust our belongingness to the earth, our belongingness to timeless, loving presence, we can actually be here for the moment and cherish it, rather than resist what might happen. Walk your feet towards your hands, nice and slow. And as you get to the top of your mat, you're going to bend your knees and let your chest line on your thighs and let your head hang. And we're going to slowly roll it up one vertebrae at a time till you find your way up. Keep standing. Hands to your heart. Take this moment to identify a situation off the mat where you tensed and you worried and you stressed about it, and then it didn't happen. Or it happened in a completely different way than you would have imagined. Think about all the time and energy that you took away from your joy to worry about that. And then connect to your lion's roar. That joy that can exist in the moment, irregardless of what's happening around you. As you inhale, bring the arms around and up. As you exhale, forward fold, bend the knees if you need to, let the head go. Inhale, come into your flat back, look forward, and relax. Soften the shoulders a little. Yeah, and then bend the knees, plant the hands, step to your plank. We're gonna hold our high plank here. Spread through those fingers a little bit more. Lift through the hips. And then lower all the way through to the mat. Good. As you inhale, we're gonna find a little baby cobra. So hands are gonna be underneath the shoulders. Lift the head and chest, retract those shoulder blades. So there are those rhomboids. Exhale, we're gonna lower all the way down. Inhale, we're gonna lift just the leg. So as you lift the leg, soften the buttock. And then exhale, lower the legs. Inhale, maybe you're gonna come a little higher now into the hands. So lift the chest, press into the hands, working towards a high cobra. And then exhale, rolls you back, downward dog. 5 breaths here. So there's a story that goes along with this concept. A Buddhist teacher of the woman who kind of wrote about this lion's roar, and he was looking at a glass of water, and he started talking about how beautifully the glass was reflecting the sun, and he would hold it up and just say it was a lovely thing. But then he says, yet for me, the glass is already broken. When the wind knocks it over, my elbow knocks it off the shelf and it falls to the ground and it shatters, I say, of course. But when I understand that this glass is already broken, every minute with it is precious. Walk the feet towards the hands. So the worrying, the stress, the anxiety takes away from that time with the glass. We worry about it breaking all the time. It takes away the joy of it. How often do we do that? Good. Slowly roll up. We're taking our time for our first namaskar. Inhale, let's bring the arms around and up. And as you exhale, we're gonna forward fold again. Inhale, we're gonna find our flat back here. And exhale, we're gonna come back to our high plank and hold high plank. Good. Slowly lower. You can use your knees or come down straight through your chaturanga. And then inhale, press right into a high cobra. So work towards straightening the arms. Good. Let the shoulders open. Good. And then find your way back to downward dog. 5 breaths again. So savor every minute of this practice. Can you imagine opening without resistance? Change and loss is inherent in this existence. We can open to the moments of joy. So the first principle of Buddhism is that suffering is real. Like, you cannot avoid suffering. What you can avoid is extra suffering. Inhale, high on the toes. Exhale, bend your knees, hop, step, float the feet to the hands. As we cultivate our lion's roar heart, inhale, flat back. We eliminate that excess suffering. Exhale, hold. And again, bring the arms around and up. And then bring your hands to your heart. Good. All right. Inhale a little faster now. Arms around and up. As you exhale, we're going to forward fold. Inhale, we're going to find our flat back. And exhale, we're going to step back to plank and lower chaturanga. Inhale brings us to a high cobra. And exhale brings us back to downward dog, 5 breaths. Good. Right leg is going to lift nice and high, flex the foot. As you exhale, bend the knee, we're going to round it towards the nose, come all the way through, step the right foot in between your hands, drop your back knee. Inhale, we're going to bring the arms all the way up, lift the chest. And then as you exhale, we're going to side bend. So you decide right forearm to thigh is one option, left arm over. Maybe your right fingertips can come to the floor here. Good, Amy. Nice, looking up to the sky. Two more breaths here. As you exhale, set the hands all the way down to the mat. As you inhale, curl the back toes under, lift the back knee and step the front foot to meet the back in plank. Yep. Exhale, lower chaturanga, please. Inhale, high cobra. Exhale brings you back, downward dog. Good. Left leg's gonna lift nice and high. Flex the foot. So roll your lifted inner thigh towards your standing one a little bit. Yep. Exhale, bend the left knee, draw towards your nose, shift forward, step the foot in between the hands. Drop your back knee, float your arms up, come into your Anjaneyasana. Shoulders soften here, letting yourself go. Good. Nice job. And then we're coming into our side bend. So left forearm comes to left thigh, right arm's gonna reach up and over, or you're gonna set the fingertips to the floor, right? You decide. Where are you in your side bend today? How do you make the most of being here? Not, oh, what's next? Or what's not available? Or what if I can't do this tomorrow? Just about being here. Exhale, set the hands down. Inhale, step to your plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, we're gonna find that high cobra here. Exhale, we're gonna roll it back, downward dog. Paddle out the feet if you want, spread the fingers. Do what you need to do to let the joy flow through you. Just like the sorrow sometimes does. Joy can as well. Inhale, we're gonna come high on the toes. Exhale, bend your knees, hop, step, or float the feet to the hands. Inhale, find your flat back. Exhale, we're gonna forward fold. Inhale, sit into your chair. So come into Utkatasana. Relax your shoulders, press back into your heels, draw the navel back to the spine. And then as you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, find your flat back here, lengthen. Exhale moves you all the way through plank chaturanga. Find your way all the way through. Inhale, high cobra. Exhale it back, downward dog. Breathe. Right leg's gonna lift now, nice and high. As you exhale, knee is gonna come to the nose, shift it forward, step the foot in between your hands, drop your back knee. As you inhale, arms reach up. This time as you exhale, bend your elbows, open your palms. So we're drawing those shoulder blades towards each other even more. Lifting the heart. Wrapping the left inner thigh towards the right. And then let the hands find an interlace behind your back. Okay, so we're rolling shoulder blades even more. If you can, you're curling the back toes under, lifting the back knee. I don't know if I can do that today. Good. And then as you exhale, left hand's gonna come to the floor, right arm's gonna reach up to the sky. Good, nice twist here. Spread through those fingers. Good, Jody. Breathing here. Exhale, top hand's gonna come down. Inhale, we're gonna make our way back to plank if you want it. Skip whatever you need to on your mat today. Inhale and exhale. Good. Second side. So left leg's gonna lift, float it up. As you exhale, bend the knee, draw it to the nose, step the foot in between your hands, drop your back knee all the way to the mat. Inhale, arms reach up. Good. As you exhale, bend those elbows, open the palms, squeeze the rhomboids together. We're gonna bring those hands behind the back, thread the fingers if you can. As you roll your shoulder blades towards each other, you're gonna curl the back toes, lift the back knee. Good. Good job, guys. And then we're gonna set the right hand down inside the left foot. Left arm reaches up to the sky. Getting our twist. So we get to choose. What's happening next is happening next anyway. When we live in this moment, in the now, we get the full benefit of it. There's that lion's roar, that open joy that exists independent of what is coming next. Top hand comes down. Inhale, step to your plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, high cobra. You got it. Exhale it back, downward dog. Lengthen here. Breathe. Inhale, we're gonna come high on the toes. Exhale, we're gonna bend the knees, hop, step, float the feet to the hands. Inhale, lengthen here. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sit into your chair. So Utkatasana, back into those heels. We're gonna bend the elbows, open the palms, lift the chest here. We're gonna float those arms behind the back and interlace them. And then step the left foot back into warrior one. So bring the left foot back, bend into the right knee, reach the arms back. As you exhale, we're gonna fold. So it's either on top of or inside the thigh, you're gonna fold. Good. Letting the head hang. Set the hands to the mat, lift your back heel. We'll meet in our plank. Vinyasa if you want it, skip it if you don't. How do you make this moment the moment, right? Without the worry, the anticipation, the fear, the shutting off, just fully here. We're connecting to our Sukha. Sukha Shakti, that radical happiness. Inhale high on the toes, exhale, knees bend, hop, step, float the feet to the hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, we're gonna forward fold. Inhale, we're sitting into our chair, so find your Utkatasana here. Exhale, bend the elbows, open the palms. Inhale, as you bring the arms back, let's try an alternate threading of the hands to the other way, the weird way. Roll the shoulder blades together, keep the chest lifted. This time, right foot steps back into warrior one. So first we're back bending here. We're lifting the chest to the sky. Then we're folding and floating inside. Good. Arms come off the back if you can. Oh, that's good. Breathing here. And as you exhale, set the hands down. Inhale through your plank. Chaturanga. Good. Inhale. Nice. Exhale it back. Downward dog. Okay. Right leg's going to lift. Inhale. Exhale. Knee to the nose. Step the foot in between your hands. Drop your back knee. Inhale. Arms are going to reach all the way up to the sky. Exhale. Bend the elbows. Open the palms. Inhale, thread the hands behind, curl the back toes under, lift the back knee. But this time we're going to plant the back foot into warrior one. So we're putting all the pieces together. Look up. As you exhale, we're going to fold into humble warrior. Let the head go, arms off the back. Really warming up the shoulders here, the chest. Strengthening and finding flexibility in the back. Then we're going to set the left hand down inside the right foot. Lift off of your left heel, right arm up to the sky. You got it. Perhaps that top arm wraps around your back now. So we're getting a little more space in the heart. And then as you exhale, set both hands to the mat and step to your plank as you inhale. Chaturanga as you exhale. Inhale, high cobra. Exhale brings you back, downward dog. Okay, left leg lift nice and high. Exhale, knee to the nose. Come forward, step the foot in between your hands, drop your back knee. Inhale, we're gonna reach the arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, we're gonna bend the elbows, open the palms. Inhale, we're gonna curl the fingers, interlace them. Curl the back toes, lift the back knee, come on up. As you exhale, plant that back foot, lift the chest, and forward fold. Arms off the back. As you inhale, set the right hand down inside the left foot, lift off your back heel, float your left arm up to the sky. And then if you want to, we're wrapping that arm, getting into the shoulder a little bit more, bending into that left knee. And we'll find downward dog. So if you want a vinyasa, all good, go for it. If not, skip this one. Let's take 5 breaths here. 5 breaths. If you need a child's pose, go for it. If there's something else you want to do that. What do you need to do to connect to your Sukha Shakti, the lion's roar, right? Okay, inhale, we're gonna come high on the toes. Exhale, knees bend, hop, step, float, feet to the hands. Inhale, we're lengthening here. Exhale, we're folding forward. Inhale, sit into your chair, Utkatasana. Exhale, bend the elbows, open the palms. Inhale, we're gonna interlace, roll the shoulder blades together, lift the chest. Step the left foot back, warrior one. Good. We'll fold forward into humble. And then we're going to windmill open to warrior two. So as you windmill the arms, you're going to shift your right heel to line up with your left arch or heel. Looking forward over those right fingertips. Turn the palms up as you inhale. We're going to reverse the warrior as you exhale, bending maybe a little bit deeper into that front knee. And then we'll let that right forearm come to the right thigh, left arm up to the sky. Reach it up here first, and then let it float over the ear, softening that left shoulder. Good. Pressing into the outer edge of the back foot. Breathe here. Good, looking up, spreading into those fingers. And then as you exhale, bring both hands to the mat. You decide if you want to move through your vinyasa or meet in downward dog. Up to you. Inhale and exhale it back. Good. On your next inhale, come high on the toes. As you exhale, bend your knees, hop, step, or float the feet to the hands. Inhale, we'll find our flat back. Exhale, forward fold, head goes. Inhale, sit into your chair. So Utkatasana. Exhale, bend the elbows, open the palms. Inhale, we're gonna thread the hands opposite interlace and step the right foot back behind you, warrior one. Reaching back through the arms and then exhale forward into your humble. And then inhale, open to warrior two. So we're gonna windmill it open. Walk your left heel to line up with your back heel or arch. Gaze over the left fingers. Turn your palms up. We're reversing the warrior. Looking up to the sky, bending into the left knee. And then left forearm's gonna come to left thigh, right arm's gonna reach up. Let's float that arm over the ear, looking up to the sky. Good. Nice long line. All about this moment. Let's not worry about what's coming next because it takes away from right now. Exhale, hands come to the mat. You decide vinyasa or not, up to you, your practice. What do you need today? What do you need to see to help you see all the beauty in the world, all the beauty in that glass, even though it might break one day? It probably will. In fact, it definitely will, right? The glass is not going to last forever. Okay, inhale high on your toes, please. Exhale, bend your knees, hop, step, float the feet to the hands. All right, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, we're gonna fold. Inhale, chair, Utkatasana. Exhale, once again, we're grasshopper arms. Inhale, interlace the hands. This time you're gonna bend and keep the knees bent, but you're gonna step the left foot back into a lunge. So we're coming right into lunge. Switch sides here. Good. Lift the chest, reach back through those arms, heart opens to the sky. And then we're gonna come forward. So options here to stay clasped, or if you wanna release the clasp and float the arms forward, all good. We're gonna come into warrior three. So if you're working into warrior three with clasped arms, you wanna reach them up to the sky. So think about your grounding down through the leg, reaching up through the arms, forward through the head, and out through that back foot. Good. From here, we're gonna move into half moon. So right hand's gonna come down to the floor to a block. Left hand's gonna come to the hip or reach all the way up to the sky. Top hand's gonna come down. So we're in a standing split. What you're gonna do in your standing split, you're gonna bend that top leg and bring the heel to the buttock. So you're gonna do glute, basically activating the glute. So squeeze and bring the heel in. We're doing a little extra strengthening of the glutes and hamstrings this week because we did so much stretching last week. So we're just countering that a little bit. Good. 2 more breaths here. And then straighten the leg and step the foot behind you. We're going to come into revolved triangle. So right into revolved triangle. Right foot grounds down, left foot grounds down. So both feet are grounded. Left hand to the inside or outside of that front foot as you start to open to the side. Okay, so am I saying it wrong? That might be. So left hand to the inside, outside. Good. So Rebecca, walk your back foot up a little and out towards the edge of your mat. Yes. You want to feel grounded into both feet before the hand comes up. Yes. Perfect. 2 more breaths here. Getting into the IT band. Okay, top hand comes down. Let's step the back foot up to meet the front. We're coming into chair. So Utkatasana, sit into your chair. Exhale, we're gonna bend the elbows, open the palms, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, we're gonna thread the hands behind the back, opposite interlace to the hands, roll shoulders, lift the chest. Step the right foot all the way back into your high lunge. Good. And then we're gonna hinge it forward. So you decide from here. Arms can release now as you come into warrior 3, or they can stay clasped. Good, Jody. Flex your foot. Roll the lifted inner thigh towards the standing one. Excellent. And we're gonna make our way into Ardha Chandrasana. So if you can, you're going right there. You're going right down into left hand to the floor or to a block, right arm up to the sky. Top hand comes down now. We're going to do those glute squeezes. So bend the knee, bring the heel into the buttocks, and then straighten it out. Good. Then bring the heel back into the buttocks, squeeze. Good, Erica. Inhale, straighten it out. And squeeze it in again. And out. Good. One more. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, release, and then step the foot about 3 feet behind you, but good. That's perfect, Rebecca. So maybe widening the stance a little so you can ground into both feet. And then right hand comes down inside or outside the foot. Left hand can come to the hip or to the sky. Yeah. Good. Beautiful, nice, Jody. Awesome. Top hand's gonna come down. Step the back foot up to meet the front. Good. We're gonna come into Utkatasana again. Inhale. Good. As you exhale, this time as you forward fold, interlace the hands but fold. So let the head hang. Shake out the head. Breathe here. Okay. As you inhale, come back into Utkatasana. Keep the arms clasped. And we're gonna step the left foot back into a high lunge again. Step the left foot back. Good. So options here. I'm just gonna demo this with my good leg. You're gonna try to keep the hands clasped this time if you can. If not, you can always release them. We're gonna come to our warrior 3, but we're gonna open it up into a half moon with the hands staying clasped. Whenever you need to, you're gonna release the hand down, but don't worry about it. Just give it a chance. right? So as you come forward through your warrior three, we've already been here, then you start to open it into half moon. So come forward, lift the leg, and then start to tip that left shoulder up to the sky. Yeah. And when you fall, when you feel wiggly, that's okay. It's that moment where you're just here. That's the Sukha Shakti, that's the lion's roar. When you need to release those hands, you do it. Yeah. Good. Good, Rebecca. Awesome. All right. Back in half moon and then back into standing split. So we are challenging ourselves today because what happens is we anticipate and worry, and it takes away from actually the moment. So step the back foot about 3 feet behind. We're coming back into revolve triangle for a moment. So left hand comes to the inside or outside of the right foot. Good. All right, this is where the fun starts. So left hand's gonna come down. I'm saying it wrong. Right hand's gonna come down. Sorry, I'm switched because I can't see this side. So right hand's gonna come down and hook your right big toe. All right. And then you're gonna press into that left foot and try to press into the right foot, and try to lift the left leg up into half moon with the big toe hooked. All right. Again, we get so worried about the outcome, we forget the journey. So just play with it. If you wiggle, no worries. If you fall out, no worries. We're going to meet at the top of the mat in a forward bend whenever you're ready. Good. Excellent. Forward bend. Grab both big toes and just hang. No judgment. Okay. Come back into your Utkatasana. Sit into your chair. As you rest up on the elbows, open the palms. Inhale and release the hands behind the back. Roll the shoulder blades together. Step your right foot back behind you into your lunge. And we're holding here. We're opening the chest. We're pressing through that back heel. And then as you begin to get ready to hinge forward, maybe keeping the arms clasped this time, as you float into your warrior three, you can start to open the chest towards the sky. So coming into this playtime, right? We're not taking it too seriously. We're not worrying about what might not work, what might happen. We fall out, we fall out. And then find your way into standing split. We'll plant the right foot behind us again. So we're coming back into revolve triangle again. Right hand to the inside or outside of the left foot. Left arm up to the sky. Good. So Amy, widen your feet a little bit. So, sorry, not lengthen, widen, like move one. Yep, there you go. Excellent. Left hand's gonna hook the left big toe. We're gonna give it a try. Back into our half moon. So left knee bends, right leg lifts, maybe right arm up to the sky. We're in this precarious moment. So what do we do here? Do we worry about what's next, or do we stay in what's now? That's our choice. That's our practice. We're going to meet in a forward bend at the top of the mat. Slide the hands all the way underneath your feet. Let your head shake out. Good. And then release the hands from underneath the feet. We're going to sit into chair, regular Utkatasana, arms up. And then exhale, we're gonna forward fold. Inhale, we're gonna find our flat back here. Move through vinyasa if you want, or meet in downward dog. Squeeze the elbows in. And find your way back. Exhale. Good. Left foot grounds down, right foot comes forward. Warrior one. We actually have not been in a traditional warrior one yet today. So arms reach up to the sky. And then as you exhale, moving into warrior two. Good. Right forearm's gonna come to right thigh. Left arm's gonna reach up. So we're gonna wrap the arm around the back, half bind. And then if you want the full, go ahead. So we've been doing a lot of this motion, this opening of the chest. So you might find a bind today. It feels pretty good. Rebecca, move that shoulder up towards the sky, top shoulder. Yeah, just getting into that chest a little bit more. Okay, so options from here. We're gonna move into lizard, which means we're gonna lift the back heel and bring the left shoulder forward. But if you wanna try it in a bind, feel free to do so. If you do not wanna try it in a bind, you're gonna bring both hands inside the right foot. Okay, so either way works for me. Lizard. Maybe you're coming onto your forearms here. Maybe you're dropping the back knee. Where do you need to be here? Breathe. Two more breaths. Good. If you're on your forearms, cross up into your hands. If the back knee is lowered, lift it. If you want to, you're gonna bring that right knee up on your right shoulder. Hover it there for a moment. Yep. If you have a full arm balance you want to play with today, feel free. If not, move through your vinyasa. Okay. Good. Good. We're going to plant the right foot and step the left foot forward. Warrior one. Inhale the arms up. Good. Just be here. Pose we do all the time. Just like a glass of water you use all the time. Find the joy in it. You exhale, open to warrior two. Good. Knees softening. Arms are reaching forward and back. Left forearm's gonna come to the left thigh. Right arm's gonna reach up and over the ear. But then we're gonna wrap. We're gonna do that half wrap first. So right shoulder opens to the sky. And then maybe we're gonna drop the left arm inside and come into your full bind. Good. You got it. And then let that top shoulder move up towards the sky. So we're just opening the chest a little bit more. Two more breaths here. So we've been building to a simple place today, which is this really open heart and this opportunity to bind. So if you want to hold on to that bind as you swing into your lizard, go ahead. You're going to lift the back heel and bring yourself forward. Hands can come inside the foot or stay with the wrap. So you decide. Back knee can lower or it can stay lifted. Forearms can come to the mat. Let your knee move in towards your shoulder. Yep. so that your inner thigh is getting some action here. Few more breaths. Good. And then press up into the hands if you're on the forearms. Curl the back toes under, lift the back knee if it was low. If you want to try to bring the left knee up onto your shoulder, go ahead. Just to hover it there. Good, Amy. Nice. Good, Jody. And then we'll meet in downward dog. So you decide how you get there. Use your breath. We'll meet there. Let's take 5 breaths here. So if you need a rest, offer it up to yourself. And right leg's gonna lift. When you're ready, inhale. As you exhale, bend the knee, draw to the nose, shift forward, step the foot in between the hands. Good, can inhale, arms reach all the way up, high lunge. Yeah, shoulders soften. So we're gonna bring the left knee up into the chest. So you're gonna squeeze your left knee up into your chest. And we're gonna twist. So right hand comes to the outside of the knee or the outside of the foot. Left arm reaches behind. We're gonna look over that back shoulder. Good. And bring your gaze forward. Knee's gonna come behind. We're coming to dancers. So one more opportunity to really open through the shoulder and also activate the glutes and the hamstrings. So as you kick that foot into the hand, you're strengthening your hamstrings and your glutes. Heart opens, just like we've been doing. So we're putting all the pieces together, and then we're adding that balance where we have to be in the moment. So if you want, we're coming back into one more half moon. You decide if you want it to be in a dancer's version or in a hands clasp or in a hands down, right? So you decide. Good. Excellent. And then release that left foot if you're holding it. We're gonna step back into a lunge. Left hand down, right arm up. One more time, we're twisting. This time I'm gonna ask you to come into the pinky toe edge of your front foot. Let that right knee move out towards the right. Right arm wraps, chest moves away. So chest is moving away, knee is moving away. So you're opening up as much as you can. Good. And we'll meet in a downward dog. So you decide if you want a vinyasa. Left leg's gonna lift nice and high. Inhale. Exhale, knee draws to the nose, step the foot in between the hands. Inhale, we're lifting into your high lunge. Good. As you exhale, you're gonna draw that right knee up into your chest. Left hand's gonna come to the outside of the knee or the outside of the foot. And reach the right arm behind you. Look over that back shoulder. We're gonna bring the gaze forward as we float the right knee back, dancers. So once again, we're activating the glutes and hamstrings as we kick the leg, the foot into the hand. We're opening the chest as we find the back bends, and then we have to stay in that moment, that Sukha Shakti, that lion's roar of this moment from the balance. And you decide from here how you get into half moon, what that looks like. If you want to stay holding on to the foot, go for it. If you don't, no worries. And we'll release the foot if we're holding on to it. Right hand comes down, step it, right foot behind you, lunge. Right hand down, left arm up, but we're adding, right? So we wrap the top arm and then we're also letting the left knee splay out and away. Yep. So knee moves away from the midline, chest moves away from the midline. And breathe. You got it. Top hand's gonna come down. We'll meet in our downward dog. Excellent. So let's lift the right leg now, please. Inhale. Knee is gonna come to the nose. Step the foot in between your hands. Drop your back knee. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Find your arms now. Yeah. Good. Exhale, bend the elbows, open the palms. Okay. So lots of choices here. We could, first step, sorry, let's start with that. Right hand down. You're gonna bend the back knee, maybe bring the hands. So the idea is to interlace the hands and maybe hook the foot, okay? But that may not be for you today. So the same version, a different, like the same action is happening with the right hand down. The idea is that you would bend, right? And then interlace and then hook the foot. Does that make sense? So you're coming into grasshopper, interlace the hands, lift the chest. Good. 2 more breaths here. I did not cue that very eloquently, so I apologize. Release the back foot, set the hands down, shift into half Hanuman. Just because every day is an adventure right now and I don't know what I can do, so sometimes I get a little mixed up. I'm trying to do the opposite side, which I was never good at. As a teacher, when you're doing your teacher training, they always say, do the other side, mirror the students, and I could never ever do it. So 16 years later, I still am not very good at it. Okay, bend into your right knee and let's walk the right foot across towards the left wrist, coming into pigeon pose. Yeah. Folding over the leg. So remember, we typically think of our happiness as dependent on certain good things happening externally. And in this Buddhist tradition, the word sukha is used to describe the deepest type of happiness that is independent of whatever is going on around you. It has to do with a kind of faith, a kind of trust that our heart can be with whatever comes our way. And it gives us a confidence that is sometimes described as the lion's roar. It's the confidence that allows us to say, no matter what life presents me, I can work with it. When that confidence is there, we take incredible joy in the moments of our lives. We are free to live life fully rather than resist and back off from a threat we perceive to be around the corner. We can handle this life. We can develop that confidence, not by shutting down, but by taking in and letting things move through us. Let your heart become a transformer of sorrow. Let's make our way back to downward dog. We're gonna shake out the right leg, stack the right hip, bend the knee, so open that hip. If you wanna flip your dog, feel free to do so. We've done lots of back bending and heart opening today, so it might be there for you. Top arm comes over the ear, palm faces down. Yep, beautiful. And then float the hand back around, leg back around. And we're gonna do the second side now. So left leg's gonna lift, inhale. As you exhale, bend the knee, draw it to the nose, step the foot in between your hands, drop your back knee. Yep, inhale, reach the arms all the way up. As you exhale, come into those grasshopper arms. So as you inhale, options here. We're gonna lift the back knee. You can set the right hand down and bring the left hand around, or you can interlace the hands and hook them around the ankle, right? Bending into that front knee. Stretching through the quads, through the hip flexors. And we're gonna release that foot. One hand on either side of the front foot. Shift your weight into the back knee, straighten the front leg, fold here. Breathe. And then we're gonna make our way into pigeon. So bend into the left knee, walk the foot across towards your right wrist. And fold here. Letting the head soften, letting the heart soften. We put up these walls to protect us from what we view to be threats. Sometimes what happens is we take away all of our joy along the way in protecting from these threats that may or may not be real. Sometimes we just have to let the pain move through us. We're all feeling that right now, right? Everybody's pain, they're wearing it so tangibly on their being. Energetically, people are walking around in such pain. Sometimes the instinct is to just put the wall up so that you don't take on anyone's pain because you can't handle any more pain. It can feel overwhelming if you feel that you have to take it all in and sit with it. But we actually have this power to let it move through us, and then we put out positive energy. And it changes the spiritual framework of the world as we do that. I know it sounds crazy, but we all know what it feels like when you walk into a room and somebody is just exuding that negative energy, and you can feel it, tangibly feel it. Same thing with positive energy, right? We've all been around people where they're just so amazing to be around. That's because they're giving out this positive joy. That's what we all have the power to do. Those people are conduits. Their hearts become transformers of sorrow. You're feeling their sukha. That's what you're feeling. You're sensing the confidence of that lion's roar. Slowly make your way back to downward dog. Shake out the left leg. stack the left hip on top of the right. If you want to flip your dog, feel free to do so. Opening it up, lifting, beautiful, Amy, nice. Rebecca, awesome, lift the hip. There we go. And we're gonna float our way back around. And drop onto your hands and knees and then come to a wide-legged child's pose. So knees to the edges of the mat, big toes touch, hips back to the heels, arms reach forward. And then we're gonna come up into old dog. So you're gonna come high on the knees and make your knees parallel and then slide your arms forward. So similar to child, but the knees are up, or the hips are up. And then we're gonna take the left arm and thread it underneath the right and let your left shoulder come down. So let's stretch through those rhomboids now. We did so much work there today. So your choice, this right arm can stay down. You could lift it and wrap it. It's really up to you. Whatever feels good in your body. And then press up into the right hand, unwrap the left. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So right arm comes and threads under. Whatever you wanna do with that left arm, you can wrap it if you want or keep it down. And then tuck the left hand down. Come on up. Widen your knees, feet together. We're gonna come back into our lion's pose. So walk the arms back, lift the chest. So hips are working towards the heels. They may not get all the way there. Press the hands inside the knees, lift here. Good, and then walk the arms forward. Bring the knees together. We're gonna come all the way onto our bellies and then flip onto your back. Roll onto your back. Palms face up. And then bend the knees and plant the feet. And as you inhale, we're gonna lift the hips and float the arms over the ears with the palms facing down. Okay. So hips lift and arms reach over the ears, palms face down. Yep. And then exhale, lower the hips and bring the arms back alongside you. Again, inhale, lift the hips, float the arms up, palms face down. So we're just working the internal rotators a little bit to counter all that external rotation. Exhale, lower the hips, this is in the arms. So one more like that. Palms face up, press down into the feet, lift the hips, float the arms up and over, like you're trying to roll your pinky fingers towards each other. Yep. And then lower hips and arms down. And then one last final back bend of your choice. So if you want just a bridge, a static bridge, go ahead. If you want a full wheel, go ahead. It's gonna work for you today. And then lower that all the way down. Walk your feet wide on the mat. Keep your knees bent and just sway your knees in towards the center and then out to the side. Yep, you got it. Either way, it doesn't matter. They can go in together and open, or they can both go one direction or the other. Just little low back release. And then we're gonna slowly lower your legs all the way to the floor. Bring your arms down by your side. Close your eyes. Come into your rest. Try yourself into that Sukha. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And reach your arms all the way up and over your head, stretching fingers to toes. And then draw your knees into your chest. And slowly make your way onto your right side. And just take a moment here. And find your way up to a comfortable seated position. Bring your hands to your heart. Close your eyes. Just sit in your Sukha. That happiness that comes not from what's happening externally, but what's happening internally. And I thank you so much for sharing your practice, your energy with me today, in person, online. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Namaste. Great job, you guys. That was hard today. Bye, everybody. See you guys soon.